Hi everyone! Me and Fernando are back from Happy Again Pet today, and we are excited to share a little science lesson or something about science with you. I swear I try to make it not boring, so Fernando is already a little bored, but as he gets a little bit bribed by me, he's going to stay through the whole lesson. We'll do that now. So I wanted to talk to you about amino acids today. In general, maybe bigger part is protein. And as we know with our pets and our own diet, we all think about protein, which is like one of the three primary metabolic fuels of our body, next to fat and carbohydrates. So dietary protein is extremely important, especially for our best friends. And I started a little overview before I dive a little deeper into the protein requirements for the different age groups, which will then explain why we have a product for every age group. Because puppies actually need double the protein in their growing phase than an adult dog. And a senior dog needs nearly triple of the protein amount. So that's why you have different feed for different stages in your dog's life. Right, Fernando, you're eating a lot of protein. He's an adult, so we have to keep that a little down. He's also very active, an athlete. So when you think about that, you want your puppy to grow in the best way, and you want your senior dog to thrive the best way with a lot of protein. Now, when you dive into what is a protein, the proteins are made out of amino acids. The same for us, it's basically nearly the same. And our proteins are made out of 20 amino acids. Now, not all of these amino acids can be synthesized by our own bodies or their bodies. So to be precise, in our case, 9 of those are essential. What means that you have to eat them through your diet. And for dogs, it's 10. They have one of them more, which is arginine. I hope I pronounced that right. And then we have cats that also miss in taurine. So they need 11 essential amino acids due to fed to them through their diet. Now, where do you find amino acids? As I said, it's proteins. So it's mainly meat or animal sources, but also plants. So it's not like a person that is vegan cannot eat enough amino acids. They just have to make sure that all these 9 for us or 10 for dogs, essential amino acids are in their plant-based diet. For example, one of the plant-based full-spectrum protein or amino acid spectrum is quinoa. That's something really good. Some others like rice and wheat are missing 1 or 2 limited amino acids, where we come to later too. But the good part is that animal protein and even an egg is a complete protein source, which means it has all essential amino acids, which is great as our dogs eat mainly animal protein. They love it too. And there are differences in the type and the quality of that animal source. So if you have like chicken meal, might be the whole chicken with skin, bones, everything. So the highest amount in the covered all amino acid spectrum is muscle, meat, and organs. That's why that's really crucial that you know that this is a high source of protein, because it's a really bad source of protein. You might have a limited amino acid, and that's really bad, because if one of those that is limited, which is the one that is at least in the food, that can stop a lot of chains from producing, because they all need it. You cannot say, oh, it's one missing, everything else will work. It's a chain reaction. Okay, so now we're going back to what is an amino acid. And I thought I'm just going to draw it up as the simplest way ever, because they all have a standard way of functioning. So a protein is built out of many peptides. And with peptides bounce together with amino acids. They go to your stomach, and through enzymatics like trypsin and pepsin, they're going to cut those peptide bonds and split them into single amino acids, where they then can be moved into your bloodstream and used for production of all kinds of things in your body. Not only producing muscle tissue, make sure you grow, but they synthesize a lot of metabolic stuff in the body, like hormones. They also help us to synthesize nucleic acids with their nitrogen part. So that's what we're coming to now. So I'm going to do this here and then I'll show you. So there is a C, which is the alpha carbon molecule. On that alpha carbon molecule, you have the amino acid chain attached, and that is the one that differs with all amino acids. So the ground is pretty simple and unique, not unique, sorry, universal. So that will be the nitrogen bound and the carboxyl group. And I bet a lot of you know all that. So we have this, we have the carbon, the alpha carbon here in the middle. Then we have around here, we have the amine group, the amino group with the nitrogen. And then we have the carboxyl group, COOH. And then here on that molecule is where everything changes. You can have the side chains, which could be a simple H. It can also be a aromat. It can be a sulfate chain. There's so much to vary with every of these 20 amino acids, and that's where they differ. So you can always start with that, and then you just have to learn the rest, which you can just find on Google too. So I give you an example. It could be H, which is glycine, the simplest amino acids there is. It can also be one of the limiting amino acids, which is methionine. I hope I pronounced that right. That has a sulfate with some carbon groups. So you see here that is a sulfate group. Important. So that side chain here is the difference to the rest, right? And then you can have an aromat, which I just show you because they're really pretty, in my opinion. It's like a little, and then you have that. Ouch. Sorry, I made a mistake. Out of the lab too long. So here you have that's an aromat. See, they're really pretty. They are actually the ones that give us flavor. So any flavor, like strawberry, any flavor in nature is normally an aromat, just for your idea. So these are really nice. And then you have a OH group in the end, just acid. So, alcohol, I mean, sorry. Okay, that's it with the drawing. I'm not going to draw all 20. I don't want to bore you with that. Okay. Oh, and feel free to ask any questions, if I can answer them. We'll see. So, as I said, essential amino acids, that's what we want to eat. And that's what we have to make sure that our pets get every day. Because it's not going to be stored. So it's not like, oh, you eat one day really good and next day you don't need it. You need it every day. And I think it's really important and it's interesting how the protein amounts with the age stage are differentiating. Like I wouldn't have guessed that a senior needs the most protein of all of them, because you always think like when you grow, you need it all. So that's not true. And even in the adult stage, where we have a lot of dogs that are overweight, it's probably because they're overfed, because they don't use that much when they're in the adult stage. They're pretty low on protein and they don't need as much because their body is still in full action to produce it all if they get the essential amino acids. So that is given. Right, Nando? So when I talk about a diet and supplements, if you think about collagen is a protein. It's one of our biggest proteins in our body. It's responsible for a lot of things, including skin, digestion, cartilage, rebuilding of cartilage, ligaments, bones. It's really important. And especially when we age, because our problem is, and their problem is too, that is one metabolism that slows down. And that might be due to lack of the amino acids needed. So there are a lot of studies out there that if you supplement with the right collagen at a right amount, it will induce that biosynthesis back to basic and back up. So you can actually recover your joints. You can look younger. Unfortunately, it doesn't take away all the wrinkles, but it does get your skin elasticity back. So that's really proven that you got a much better elasticity in the skin and you won't age as fast. And at least somewhere you will have a benefit in the connective tissue. So when you look at the collagen, the best collagen supplements have all 20 amino acids in them, even if the non-essentials can be produced in your body. But as I just said, some of them even slow down in the biosynthesis due to age. Now, if we supplement those, we can stop that. In collagen that we having for our dogs as Happy Start, Happy Days, and Happy Again, we have all of them in there in a high quality and high amounts. Now, collagen in general has a couple of essential, like in the highest amount, a couple of essential amino acids that are really important. But they also have all 20 in a certain amount, that since you add that to the food, you don't have to necessarily like rely on the collagen as a full feed. It's not a full feed. It's just a supplement, which then supports your dog's growth in muscles, in collagen production, in joints. It is really proven that it can help the joints to recover. It can help them to build the right way. So now if you ask me, why would I give my puppy a collagen supplement for hip and joints? It's very simple. I just told you that a diet of a puppy needs double the protein than an adult dog. So if we want them to grow right, if you trust your diet with your pet, if you cook it yourself, you give them 70% protein, highest source of muscle meat, organs, the right amount of oils and carbs, and some vegetables for antioxidants and vitamins, you're probably fine. But to be honest, I don't think all of you are cooking the diet for your puppy every day and make sure that is really right and measuring the protein source. There's a way of measuring the amino acids to see if they're all in there. So if you are one of the normal people that are actually not having time to cook every day, I would make sure that you supplement your puppy with as many amino acids as you can in a high-end way. Like if you give him a good diet and you add our supplement, you know that you're adding additional protein with all 20 amino acids into that diet. So you make sure that they grow the right way. Right? Mandy, you grew the right way. Yeah, you did. Taking it every day. And he's 3 now, so he entered the adult stage, or soon, in December, sorry. He will enter the adult stage, which will limit the amount of proteins. We're probably going to cut down a little bit on his amount of food. We're still going to supplement because we want him to also get what else is in our collagen supplement is hyaluronic acid, glucosamine for anti-inflammation, and the vitamins. So we actually have him covered for his immune system as well, and the skin and coat. So, but we're going to lower the dosage a little bit when he's in his adult stage. Just going to have the maintenance dosage. And then, why it's so impactful with Happy Again in the senior stage is because they need nearly triple of the protein amount to keep their metabolism going and to stay as young. And maybe that's one of the biggest reasons why they lose weight and, they get older and they can't really move. So that's where we see the biggest effects, of course, in senior stage dogs that already suffer from problems, because we can actually see how the body helps itself to get back to that younger stage. And hopefully, if you always supplement, that stage will come very late. And yes, there will be a point where that cannot help either, because we age and we cannot stop that. And we want them to live forever, but we're not there yet. I think we prolonged their life in a really, really good way already over time. And if you look at the pet market, there's much more quality out there to help them to live a better life. And that's also our mission. So I think we're on a good path, but you can do so much to prevent that stage from happening too early. And since we really, really want them to be with us and be active, not just sleep the whole day. I mean, Nando loves his beach walks, so he needs to stay active, and he's also a competitor in the Bulldog Derby next year. So, and we're thinking we're going to win. So we're on a really tight training schedule. So he's supplementing. And when I come to training, I wanted to mention one more thing. So hopefully I'll not bore you with that. But you probably, if you train and exercise a lot, you probably heard of BCAAs, branch-chain amino acids. These are 3 amino acids that, as I showed you before, has that natural structure, but then they have another chain that is branched, meaning that like they go in 2 different directions, like a tree. And there are 3 of them. I'm really bad with pronouncing them. It's leucine, isoleucine, and valine. I don't know if that's right here. Since I'm German, I would say it in a different way. Anyway, these 3 are essential for muscle building, recovering. They're really good. So why do you think like all the bodybuilders and people, they are obsessed with taking those before training to just make sure that their muscles will grow better? Because you can just, you make sure you have those in a big amount. So, and I can recommend those for anyone to just supplement if you have an active lifestyle. Maybe if you don't, you cut it down a little bit. But that's one way where you really see results in the amino acid supplementation for humans. I mean, in the dog's diets is anyway. For the collagen, we have those in there. So you make sure that they get enough to build their muscles. And if I could see, Fernando, if I could show you how he's running, you would see every muscle is very lean, trained. It's like the prototype of a bodybuilder. Not to brag about too much about it. Anyway, happy again, or happy days right now. You move to that. Is keeping him really fit. And their fur is really nice because it's important for the skin. And for women who are listening, I can highly recommend too to supplement with collagen because you will see a difference in your skin. Just make sure it's high in protein. Like it has to have at least like 95 to 98% protein amount in the collagen. Not like 5%. And then we have a question, how much collagen is in Happy Gains? 97% is collagen. Hydrolyzed collagen, which is, I think I talked about another time, that it has to be bioavailable. So you have to cut those big peptide protein bounds into smaller fractions. Because if you understood what I just said, like the protein goes into your body, into your stomach, and there the enzymes have to cut them. Now, if you take that and it's a huge molecule, they won't have the time to cut all these amino acids out until it's digested. So if you then hydrolyze this before into smaller fragments, your body will have a really quick uptake rate into the bloodstream because they can manage it. I think that makes sense. That's why many people say, oh, I gave my dog all the meat. Should be enough. Yes, but it's different. And they're thinking about applying that into food, if the digestibility of a certain protein, because some of them are really good, really quick to digest. Some of them are not. So then, it's not the bioavailability of the proteins or the amino acids is not that high. So that's why I think it can never harm you to supplement with a really, really good high-end collagen and then all the benefits with it. So, if you want to have a dog that is really sporty like Nando, try it. And maybe I should mention our promotion because of this. And we want you all to try. We have a supercharged collagen bundle right now, which is super reduced in price just for now, for this week, or this month, I think. And it is $59.99, and it contains 1 collagen that lasts for a small dog 3 months in each age group. So you pick, it's your puppy, it's Happy Start, it's baby blue. We have Happy Days for the adult from 3 to 7, that's yellow. And then we have Happy Again for seniors, teal, 7+. right? And then we added to that collagen the macarons that we have in a partnership with. They're handmade by a French chef in New York. They are in partnership with Bon and Filou, and they have each 1 scoop of our collagen in there. So you can give them in between a little healthy treat. See, they're so pretty. It's a good present too. Give it to your next party invitation. You bring this for the dog and say, hey, this is the essential proteins, the essential amino acids for your dog. And you can talk about that amino acid thing. So that's really good, and they love it. It's oats, honey, and yogurt filling, and then our collagen, and they're human grade, so you're welcome to try them. I really like them. Normally Nando and me share one, so we won't get too big in our diet. And then we also added our own sticky sticks. They're all sticky, but they're really nice. They love them. And they have 1 scoop of collagen in them too. They're all natural. You can eat them yourself if you like chicken liver flavor. Me, not so much, but Nando loves them. They have pumpkin in them too for the stomach, and all natural. There's no, there's only natural preservatives like rosemary, and so they're really great. So all this is in this bundle for every age group. So I hope you, oh yeah, and actually the value is $80. So you're saving a lot. And that we do because we want every dog to experience our collagen and see the difference in their pet and give them treats with benefits, which I did another IG Live about. Is really hard to find. Really natural, healthy treats that have a real benefit, not just dried apples, which have so much sugar. So that's also not good for them. Shouldn't have sugar. Yeah. That's great. So if you have any questions about amino acids, I'm happy to answer them. I can draw some more. If you're interested. Otherwise, I hope you will join us next week, where we are looking to reveal, or at least tease a little bit, our change in the website and give you more knowledge content on that. And that's a really, really big step for us. We have been preparing it where you can see all our content and that we can explain to you whatever you don't understand on your label, on your pet food, how to feed your dog, how to keep your dog healthy in a whole health view, meaning nutrition, exercise, and love, because the mind is very important. Okay? So, I hope that we see each other next week. Bye.